Hey guys, it's me, Jesse Vesper, your favorite person on the internet, and I'm here to talk to you about some music. Not just any music. This is Baby Jane we're talking about today, guys. I have talked about Baby Jane a few times, kind of in passing on the podcast before, but I just wanted to make a dedicated video to Baby Jane, and I've had this cooking up in my little bean for a long time because I absolutely love her and her work. Her producer that she works with closely, his name is John Flynn, and she's produced her last two albums with him, and we'll get into the production later, but I absolutely adore
I hate people. I love them.
her work. A Grave Marked Strange and Otherworld. Am I getting the names of this right? Otherworld. I always forget if it's Otherworld or Otherworldly. I have a page front and back of notes today just because I am so... I have listened to both of the albums again today because I've been listening to them on repeat, but I wanted to be able to get like a synopsis. This isn't going to be like an albums reviewed, but it is going to be like a little bit of a commentary piece on just her as an artist and where music is going right now. And I just truly think that Baby Jane is one of the artists of a decade. Like, if she keeps producing and keeps creating, I want to see this girl get some budget, okay? Not that her production is bad by any means, but I just absolutely love what she's done on a small indie budget. If we can get this girl funding, like she's just so underrated. So I'm gonna stop there before I get too off track, but I want to just kind of give you guys a little bit of, if you don't know who she is, like I have to tell you who she is. Oh my god, like girl, I've got to let you know. So I'm here. Subscribe, turn on those post notifications, and like this video, and let's get into it, okay? So Baby Jane, otherwise known as Sophia, Galuz. Galuz. I think that's Galuz. I think that is Sophia Galuz. I could be wrong. You guys know, side note about me, I'm bad at names. And if it's another language or derived from another language, my dyslexia. I'm going to have a hard time. So Sophia, Baby Jane, is an icon, first and foremost. I need to talk about her aesthetic style before we talk about the music, okay? So lately she has been wearing mostly black or mostly white, sometimes a hybrid of the two, but it seems to be the two main colors she's going with this era. She does typically stay toward the dark colors anyways, but I love it because whenever she does like a pop of blue on her makeup or like any kind of pop of color, really, it's like, wow, it really stands out. But this woman, not to talk about pretty privilege, but this woman is absolutely next level gorgeous. She's not just a DJ. She's not just a producer. She's not just a singer. She's not just a songwriter. She's not just an artist. I would call her a model as well because she is absolutely stunning. And if you don't believe me, you need to peep her Instagram. And while you're over there, why don't you peep mine and give both of us a follow? Because, girl, let me tell you, she's absolutely gorgeous. She's absolutely, and I try. So, give me a pity follow, But she's just absolutely stunning. So if we're just talking about aesthetically speaking there, her natural beauty is everything to me. But on top of that, she is also extremely talented. Okay, like I mentioned, all her other career avenues, such as producing, artist, singer, songwriter, DJ. Okay, so she's got a lot going for her. She's very talented. She's very pretty. So that mixed with her fashion style, I'm not saying she's just wearing a white t-shirt and a black t-shirt, although I have seen her merch that she just dropped and the way I need to break the bank, but I am a little too poor for that right now. So I won't be doing that, but soon, very soon, because I love her. 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 She's iconic. But so fashion, next level. Okay, it borders into the fetish world. And she wears a lot of
We team Bryce out here. That's right. Even the paparazzi team Bryce. Oh God.
lingerie, to be honest. I wish I could go around and do that, but I can't because now's not the time. Perhaps later in life. There's no time like the now, right, guys? So stylistically, I think she's creating the new scene. She really is just creating the new scene, guys. I need to talk a little bit about her sound here. Now, she has referred to herself as Gothic House. Okay, so she's referred to herself as that. I've seen it, I've read it. But to me, it's like I've said this publicly on Twitter, I believe, but she's bringing back hardstyle. I really think that in the EDM world, she's bringing back the hardstyle of it all. Oh my god, I can't speak. You know, one of these days I'll learn how to talk, but not today. She's bringing back the hardstyle of it all, and the house influences mixed with the electronica and the pop-esque, like the reverb and like I don't like the term hyperpop very much, but it does. I guess it would probably fall under hyperpop as a category if we're trying to be categoristic of it. If we're categorizing things, I think it is like a hopper pop. The Easter Bunny would make hopper pop. It's a hyperpop esque genre here we're carving out for ourselves, but I really do think she transcends genre like most of the new artists do that I like anyways, because a lot of them glean from so many different areas, right? Like influence from so many different departments. So it doesn't fall into a genre. And I think that's the importance of music, is pushing the narrative, pushing forward artistic styles, not just sonically, but also visually. But here in this case, sonically, I do think it's important to keep pushing those boundaries. So I think the influence of nightcore, elements, and then also like the house style and the electronica, it's creating a whole new like sub genre of like nightcore-esque hardstyle beats that are just next freaking level. So gothic house is probably a great, identifier there. So I agree with her there. I absolutely love this genre. It falls right into like what I want to be listening to, and I think her as a DJ, like to be able to DJ your own music live is pretty major to me, especially if you are this kind of artist, because you have to like read the crowds and know what's making them wiggle. So she's been on tour lately and she's been making people wiggle. Okay, if she had been closer to me, I would have loved to go see her live, but unfortunately I did not have the funds to do that lately. But someday, not today, but someday. And the fact that she produces all of these tracks herself with, like, she has one producer. She's keeping it in the family. So a couple of the songs on A Grave Mark Strange do have features, so they're in the writer's room as well. But I think tops I've seen only like 4 people, and like one of them was just a guitarist. So for the majority here, it is John Flynn and her, Sophia, Miss Baby Jane, producing all this. And I just think I've talked about this on the podcast as well, and I'm not trying to sound like a broken record here, but like, production is so important to me as a consumer of music and art, and I love seeing the artists that I love most and resonate with, like sonically, lyrically, visually, all of those things. I love seeing them not just push the envelope and push the boundaries of things, but being in the room and doing the work. Like, I hate whenever I don't hate it necessarily, but like whenever I find out that an artist that I love and a song that I'm like super into, like it's something that makes me feel super deeply or something, and then I look at the song credits and I'm like, oh my god, they didn't even write the lyrics to this. That's not necessarily a bad thing. Elton John, for instance, notoriously doesn't write a lot of his own lyrics, if any of them. He's worked very close-knitly with the same writer for a long time, as far as lyrics go. But, in those cases, sometimes there's like duos that are doing that, and that's just how they work, But whenever you see something or hear something that really like hits you in the soul, and then you look and you're like, oh my god, they didn't write the lyrics, this isn't like their personal experience, whatever. Like, to me, like, it makes me... It's not that I dislike the person or like don't like the artistry anymore and can't consume it anymore, but it is like, oh, it seems a little disingenuous sometimes to me. And maybe that's just like my own personal bias. Like, I would love to know what you guys think on that too. But like, for me, it's like, I feel a little less connected whenever it's like there's too much going on, you know, when there's too many people in the room. It's like too many, what's the expression? Too many cooks spoil the soup, maybe. But then also to make pop perfection, like we just talked about this on the podcast too, but like sometimes like having those 28 people in a room, you can create like a multi-billion-dollar thing on, or not actually $1 billion, but you can create a major hit that rakes in a lot of revenue. But I think it's amazing that Baby Jane and John here are like pulling in the streams. I mean, she's almost got I think she might even have 1 million monthly listeners, if not as close. So she's still niche, but like, I think she's amazing, and I think her artistry speaks for itself. I was binge watching all of her music videos the other day because I was just like, for like such a small budget, you can really do so much, and she is really like, she's next level. So I just wanted to say all that and get that out of the way. And I know this is kind of like a fangirl video, but if you guys know anything about Miss Jessie Vesper, you know that I'm a fangirl at heart. So I will always be a fangirl, and I'll always stand who I stand, and you know, you guys can get over it. So Baby Jane, love her, but I'm going to talk about her most recent album, and then I'm going to talk about her first album a little bit. I'm going to do some like track listing. So because I am so bad at names, I'm going to need you guys to bear with me while I look at my paper. So I'm going to do her first album she put out first. So we're going to go in order of progression. So first, then second. Okay? You guys with me? Her first album was Otherworld, and I love this album. I was revisiting it. I was stuck on A Grave Mark Strange, and I've been stuck on that, but then I was like, let me just go and listen. And like, sometimes things don't hit as hard the first time I listen to it, and then, because I've listened to this album several times before, but whenever I went back to it and revisited, I know that now's the time that I need to be stuck. And I am, because sometimes music hits me differently at different places in my life and different stages of my life and what I'm going through emotionally and things. So this album has been that for me this month. So it will be on my Spotify Wrapped in some capacity, but we'll get there. So the first song, this has 10 tracks, and it is 29 minutes and 7 seconds, I believe. The first one is called Put Me in the Branks, and I need to talk about this because I didn't even know that this was the specific name for this, and I actually learned that today. I knew what they were. There's a lot of like different torture devices and things from a long time ago, specifically used on all different, well, there's a lot of specific ones for women specifically, because say specifically one more time, specifically they were made for women and other people. But you see her perform in this in her DJ sets, which is so cool because it's like on brand, and it's like it's fetishy, and it's like, you know, it's calling back to history. She has a lot of religious history, and she has a lot of history like woven into her visuals and like her witchy nature and her like aesthetics and things, and like just lyrically throughout her albums as well. So I think this is a really cool reference here. But it's like a cage. I'll put pictures on the screen if you're not watching, or if you are watching. But if you're not, it is a like a headpiece. It's like a cage, and it basically gags you, right? So you can't say anything or yell or talk or whatever. And it was used as a punishment because in the old days, you know, in like the 16th and 17th centuries, people were, you know, freedom of speech wasn't a thing. It wasn't always there. It wasn't something, it's a right and a privilege we as Americans take for granted a lot of the time. So specifically in regards to women didn't have a lot of rights, and, you know, or children for that matter, and children still kind of don't, but that's a side tangent for another day. They would put these branks on their heads and face, and it would be a punishment. So if you were sassy or gossipy or like, you know, nagging your husband or like whatever, or standing up for yourself, I'm assuming, all kinds of things like that would get you put in the branks. So you would be silent and punished that way. So I'm sure a lot of abuse and horrible things transpired with those, but I think it's interesting because like, I didn't know they were called that. All these things, all these torture devices and things, I'm sure have names, but like very interesting history there. And I do think it's kind of interesting how it's become kind of a fetish piece, but like, it's cool to see her from an artist perspective, DJ with that on, you know, it like, I think there's a lot of correlations that you can draw from that, from the artistry, like just the industry silencing women, or all kinds of things, you could speculate about here. But like, I think like from, if you look at it as an art piece, as like a living art piece, like, which it is when she's performing, it really gets you to focus on the music. But like, it's so iconic. I think it's so iconic and such a great point of reference for her as an artist. So I just wanted to mention that here. And that's just the first track, people. So I'm not going to go, not every single one of them, but lyrically, I'm going to read you the rest of the titles now. So the second track is Onyx. Then we have All the Saints of Notre Dame. Now this one, she just did a re-release, and I don't remember if it's called just All the Saints, or the same title, but she did a re-release of this one because this wasn't one of her biggest hits on here. But this one specifically, oh my freaking goodness, I am hooked on it. I'm so hooked. I'm so hooked. I'm so hooked. I freaking love it. It's so good. It's such a bop. All the Saints of Notre Dame. Like, oh my God. The religious perspectives in her songs and like the light and dark. Like, I just love it. I had a very religious upbringing. I've been talking about that a lot lately, but not as in depth as I don't know if I ever want to talk about it in super depth, but if you guys want to know, let me know. I would be interested to ask her, if I ever got to interview her, I would ask her what her relationship with religion was in early life. I would love to know like her religious upbringing and how religion affects her now. Just because I think to write all these lyrics in such a way, and I would really encourage you guys to listen to the albums, that way you know what I'm talking about, but to write some of these religious lines and things, I feel like you have to have some kind of religious trauma, or like have enough of an upbringing with the church and an awakening from the church to really be able to write in this way. Maybe that's just me speculating again, but like for me personally, and like the poetry and songs that I write behind the scenes, because you guys don't get that, I kind of write, I don't want to say I write similarly, but like I write from a perspective of like freedom of my mind now. It's like I'm free from those religious constraints that were thrust upon me whenever I was too young to really develop my own thoughts independently. Like, that was not a choice for me. It's like I was religious because that was the thing to do. That was the upbringing. That was my perspective in life based on everyone around me. It was like a very egocentric perspective. So I would be really interested to know her perspective on this growing up and things. But that's just, it's just the religious no, words are hard. The religious lyricism, I think, is really interesting throughout both of these works of art. So definitely listen to both. But then we have Untied, we have Fairy Bites, that one's also a really good one. Spellbound, they're all good. I love every song on these albums. Like, it's rare that an artist gives me like a 4-track list that's 4 track lists that I like, 4 tracks in a row that I like. So for her to have like 10 songs on this album, and I think 14, is it 14? No, 15 songs on the other one, and I like all of them, that's major. And that's one of the reasons I'm making this video for you guys, because it's like, it's rare that happens to me. So rare. So like, and I feel like it may not seem rare to you guys because I only talk about music that I like for the most part, but because who wants negativity, right? But for the most part, this is rare, and I want to tell you guys, that's why I want to share it with you guys, because it's like, this is good music and you guys need to listen with headphones as well, because production from these two people, from John and from Sophia, I just need you guys to listen because they do such a good job. Okay, so let's see, I think I left off on Spellbound. There's Fairy Bites, Spellbound, Dumb, Da-Da-Dum, which is also really fun. Girls with Guns is a cute one. It's like it's not underproduced, but it's more of a silly track, but like, I love it. And there's Acid Touch and Ghost Boy. This album truly is so good. It's so good. It's so good. I'm so excited for her next album to come out, because like, she's dropped some singles and things and some collaboration pieces, which are also super amazing. And the visuals, guys, the visuals are good. So I just love this album. I would love for you guys to give it a deep dive listen. And not just like a listen, like, I try to, before I ever talk publicly about an album, I need to listen to 3 or 4 times minimum. I will Usually I listen casually, like that's just while I'm doing stuff. Then I will listen like intently when I'm in the car, and then I will listen with headphones, and then I like to listen again with headphones while reading the lyrics before I talk about something publicly. So I just want you guys to know that I've spent a lot of time with these 2 albums. So I'm not just like being like, this album is good, you should listen to it. Like I'm obsessed, okay? And I don't say that mildly. So the next album, her second studio album, is called A Grave Marked Strange, and this is 40 minutes and 15 songs. It starts off with A Cult of Dionysus, I believe is how you say that, Dionysus, who was, I had to Google this as well because I didn't know, but he is a ancient Greek god of wine, theater, fertility, and religious, sorry, I made a typo there, religious ecstasy and madness, which is a lot of, this is a side tangent about Greek mythology, but like, why do the gods like have such random assignments? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it'll be like the god of eggs and swine. I'm like, okay, like a little weird, but like, I mean, fiction. That's just how it is, I guess. But this song again with the religious references there, super fun. This whole album too, like the imagery for it, and oh guys, I didn't even freaking talk about the album art. Look at the album arts for both of these. I know you saw them in the thumbnail, but holy mother, so good, so freaking good. Like she's so, again with her beauty, she's such a natural beauty, and then like with a little bit of this like stage work and like her styling and whatever, like I don't know if she styles all her stuff herself, but I think she does, and I'm obsessed. So love the creepy like otherworldly like aesthetics, and it seems angelic, and this album specifically is more of a longing album, like the longing. I think I commented publicly to her about this as well. I comment on her Instagram all the time, but because I'm a freak. But the longing in her writing and her voice and her lyricism is just like so amazing, and I feel it so deeply whenever I listen to her work, because it's just like you can tell she's writing from the heart and the soul, and I love her for that. I love it. I think it really translates well, because you can tell when people don't write from the heart, when they write from about things that didn't happen. They write about experiences that aren't theirs or that aren't real. I can, at least. I feel it's like disingenuous. And I feel that way a lot when I listen to music, especially if it's like top 40 stuff. It's like a lot of the time, which I don't listen to that often, but I'm assaulted with it at work. I hear those things in public and at work. And like, I just think that there's a lot of room for realism, but the problem with realism in most regards, not everyone goes through the same things. So whenever you're writing from realistic perspectives, not everybody gets it, and that's, I've been throwing the word niche around a lot because I feel like I do talk about niche things that has been brought to my attention lately, and that's a comment that has stuck with me. But these artists might be niche to me because like it's experiences that I've had and I can relate to. So let me know what you guys think about that. So it's Cult of Dionysus, we have Myth, we have Reincarnate, we have Eternal Embrace, Three Hail Marys, which again, love. Leather, again, love. Intoxicated, also love. I just assume I love all of these. Secret, Sistine by Baby Jane, and I think this guy's name is, it's Damazine, Damazine, I think is how you say that. Air, Night Terrors. Then we have Psychotrance Search Party, which is featuring War Tourism. And we have End of the Night and Colorway. Now, I can't just pick one favorite on here, but Colorway definitely got me through last year. I've talked about it publicly a couple times, I think, but this song is like something I just keep going back to. This album is something I keep going back to because it's like so impactful. But like Colorway, literally just thinking about it right now makes me emotional. And like, what does that mean? What does that mean, guys? Hello? Like, I could literally, I'm trying not to cry. Holy crap. Okay. While I wait, I didn't even look up to the sky today to see what got decided on the colorway. Like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Like, oh my god, the longing in that song. If you guys don't listen to anything I ever say or any song ever that I tell you to listen to, please go listen to Colorway by Baby Jane, because it breaks my heart every time I listen to it, and it keeps me alive sometimes. Like, it is just like one of those songs that like sustains me. It really does sustain me. And this whole album is just, I'm like literally emotional thinking about it. Like, this whole album sustains me so much because I relate to it so hard just from the lyricism, but then like sonically it's such an emotional album for me because it is just so beautifully crafted. It is so beautifully crafted, and I truly just I love it. I think Baby Jane is a visionary artist. I've said that many times about other people, but specifically her, I think she is a visionary artist, and I think she's going to do amazing things, more so than she's already done. I think she's already created two solid pieces of work, two bodies of work rather, that are they have left her fingerprints on music production and in the music scape. She's made music history in my opinion. I think that we will look back on the scene currently as it is today, and we will see artists like Baby Jane, Barely Human, Asteria, people like that, and many others, but those specifically that are really like pushing hyperpop and the new scene forward. And the way, like, I don't like speaking in genres all the time, because though they have a time and place and they're good for identifying sounds and things, I feel as if the way sound is melded together now, and we have the digital music the way that we do and the way we can produce things now, I feel like there's so much overlap, and to like put labels on everything, it is more of a hindrance than a help sometimes. So I just want to say, after saying all of this, that Baby Jane is such an icon, and I cannot wait to see what she produces next and what she creates next, and even her live performances. I was watching her DJ set. Oh my god, so good to see. Like, because if you didn't get to go, like, you should go to her YouTube channel, because she has so many cool videos of her performances on there, and her most recent one was just like, oh, it was stunning. It was just stunning, and to see the crowds and like the fans and everything, it is so cool. I definitely had major FOMO watching that. Like, major FOMO. I need to see her live, but love her. I love her producing. I love her artistry. I love her lyricism. I just love her fashion. What is there not to love about her? Like, the girl needs to have a scandal so like I can like her a little bit less, because I just love her. Like, she's just so perfect. She's perfection. So love her work. And honestly, I'm going to be watching Mr. John, okay? Mr. John Flynn, because I'm sorry, I keep forgetting names. I'm so bad at names, and I'm name overloaded all the time too, doing research for the podcast. I'm like writing new names all the time, so it's hard for me to remember. But John Flynn, I think he's going to be one to watch as well. I hope that they continue collaborating together, because I think that they are gonna break the freaking internet, guys. I really do. So I just wanted to put this out here. Like, I want to have obviously bragging rights for whenever this does happen, but also because like I feel so passionately about these albums, because from a production standpoint, it's major. You know, from an emotional standpoint, it'll get you there. It'll make you feel some things, okay? And honestly, from a religious standpoint too, I think if you have had any brushings with the church that were negative, and you are free, or any religion really, and you're free from those claws now, I think that these might be albums for you. Honestly, I think these are albums for the masses, and nope, words are hard. I think these albums are albums for the masses, and I think they are extremely underappreciated. So, Baby Jane, icon, love her, sending her love, can't wait to see her live, and if you guys don't listen, you're fake. So, but we already knew that. Anyways, love you guys, subscribe, comment, post notifications, or else, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye.